The FAA has ordered thousands of flights nationwide to be grounded. This is a nationwide thing. We saw something similar happen last week in Florida. The FAA ordered all flights in Florida to be grounded as well, and now this is happening nationwide. This seems like a pattern. This seems like something bigger is happening, and the federal government is now involved, and they are investigating potentially cyber attacks as well, since this keeps happening. All right, so let's get into the details here. Thousands and thousands of flights were grounded this morning, January 11th, due to a massive glitch in the FAA system where pilots could not access their flight patterns or their flight plans to get to their destinations. So this is an article out of CNBC this morning. FAA lifts U.S. ground stop after technology outage delays thousands of flights. This is this morning, and we can see here the FAA lifted its nationwide halt of departing planes on Wednesday morning after a technology outage delayed thousands of flights, but airlines warn the issue will continue to disrupt travel throughout the day. This is very serious that this happened, and they are investigating all potential things that could have happened, like cyber attacks as well. This just happened last week in Florida too. We will cover the details of that in just a second if you didn't hear about that. But you can see here the FAA said early Wednesday domestic departures would be paused until at least 9 a.m. Eastern time while the agency worked to restore the notice to air mission system, which is responsible for sending messages to all pilots, such as closed runways, hazards, and other information. All right. So you can see here there was multiple glitches in the system, and pilots were not able to access all of their data that they needed. Okay. And you can see more than 4,500 U.S. flights were delayed as of 9:10 a.m. Eastern Time, according to flight tracker FlightAware, and residual delays could last for hours from the backup once the ground stop is lifted. And what's actually going on here? Why is this happening in America? Is this pattern developing? There was also, just a couple months ago, I just remember this off the top of my head, multiple different airports. It barely got any coverage at all. Okay, even the video I made about it barely got any views. It just wasn't a big topic. It wasn't on the radar yet. But multiple big airports across the country, JFK, O'Hare, all these different ones were hit with massive cyber attacks on their websites that prevented people from buying plane tickets. All right, this happened all at once a couple months ago. This happened last year, at the end of last year, probably in November, the end of November last year, around that time when this happened. And all these airports on the same day all had DDoS, denial of service attacks on their website, and denied people access to buying tickets to and checking their flights, all this stuff, to these massive different airports all throughout the country. All right, and these were all the big ones were hit. LAX, O'Hare, JFK, all the biggest airports in the country were hit. And now, just a few months later, we are seeing a nationwide glitch on the FAA. All right, so is this some kind of hack? We could see here that this is an update to the U.S. is investigating FAA outage cause not clear, Biden says. This is out of Reuters this morning. It says President Biden has ordered an investigation into an FAA system outage that grounded flights across the country Wednesday morning. Said the cause of the failure was unknown. Biden told reporters at the White House that he had spoken to the Transportation Secretary, Pete Buttigieg, and they should have a good sense in a couple hours of what triggered the outage. Quote, "We'll respond at that time," Biden said. Asked if the outage was caused by a cyber attack, he said, quote, "We don't know." So it's one of these things, they're not even ruling it out right away, because you would think if they knew it wasn't a cyber attack, they're like, this is just some glitch, just some little thing in our software, they would be saying that to reassure the public. But the fact that the president is coming out and saying that we don't know if it's a cyber attack definitely instills a lot more doubt into us that this is what it could be. And they're definitely considering the fact that it could be a cyber attack. They're not denying it and saying, oh, this is a crazy theory. They're saying we don't know and we will respond appropriately. These cyber attacks are dangerous. They could target electric grids, they could target pipelines, they can target water systems, municipal systems, local systems. They can target nationwide systems like the FAA too, and cause disruptions. This is something in the 21st century warfare that we really aren't prepared for. Cyber attacks and EMPs. It's something our society really is not prepared for, and it's something that could happen instantly. You could see here, this was January 2nd, just last week. Flight disruptions. Florida hit by air traffic control issue. Very similar issue happened in Florida. All right. It says 2 far apart states are seeing fresh air travel problems on Monday. This was on January 2nd. It says air traffic control issues triggered hour-long flight delays to Florida airports, the FAA told CNN. And it says a spokesperson for the Miami International Airport attributed delays there to a Florida-wide, quote, FAA computer system issue. The FAA said earlier that Monday would be a busy post-Christmas travel day with 42,000 flights scheduled, with possible heavier volume from south to north. All right, so it's a very similar thing, just a computer issue. We've never heard of this. I've never heard of this before. Maybe it's happened once every couple years. This is not a thing that happens a lot, and it happens twice in 1 week. Once in Florida, almost like a test run, and then once nationwide as well. All right, so I will keep you updated on what's going on here, and you need to be prepared. The grid could be next. If you didn't see my video about the electric grid got attacked in Las Vegas, did you even hear about that? Did you know about that? Go check out my video from a couple days ago. Our grid, our infrastructure is at risk of a cyber attack or a physical attack as well. We could see that as well. That's what we were seeing on the grid, okay? But we could also see cyber attacks on critical infrastructure like banking. What if you woke up one day and this wasn't the FAA, this was all the banks? The national banking system had some glitch and nobody can access their bank for hours. You know what I mean? This could be the next wave that we see hitting more infrastructure with these glitches or potential cyber attacks. Even if they are glitches, it's still a concern because our society is very technology driven, technology dependent, and one little glitch like this can take out the whole nationwide system. So even if it isn't a cyber attack, it's still a vulnerability that we need to be prepared for. So get prepared now, guys. Get your wood stove, get your generator, get your solar, get your propane conversion for your generator. You can literally just hook your generator, like there's a conversion for it to hook your generator right up to your big old propane tank in your yard, or your big LNG tank, whatever's in your yard, whatever you have. You can hook your gas generator up with the converter right up to that, and then just have all your stuff from your house plugged right into there, and it'll just keep going because it's on your massive tank. All right, so get set up, get these things in place. We've already seen rolling blackouts all over the country from weather events. What if it's a targeted event to take out the grid or critical infrastructure? So get prepared, guys. This is a recurring issue and we could see this more, and I will keep you updated. So hit that like, hit that thumbs up, hit that sub, hit that bell if you want to be notified for my next video right to your phone. It'll send you a thing right to your phone if you hit that bell and click all. And you guys have a big old blessed day. Thank you.